We have been hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam 10th Canto, the 10th verse of Sri Venugeet. In the first verse of Sri Venugeet, the gopis desire to become a flute, Venu, and Radharani, she even said she wants to become a bamboo stick and she wants to be carried by Krishna in his hands. She wants Krishna to carry that flute, to keep that flute on his lips. But I'll forget my Surup. Radharani will forget her Surup because bamboo means material. But Krishna is Sarvagya. He's Antaryami. He knows, he will get to know that this bamboo stick is Radharani. So by this point, she will get satisfied. Radharani she will get satisfied to become a bamboo stick. So to become the Venu means to serve the hands, lotus hands of Sri Krishna. Her mood is to serve Krishna by becoming a bamboo stick. Now in this verse, Vrindavan Bhumi, I want to become the land of Vrindavan. And this will help me to get the service of Krishna's lotus feet. Why? Because by those lotus feet, Krishna will walk on the land of Vrindavan and the foot signs of Krishna will get impressed on the land of Vrindavan. So first she wants to serve the hands of Krishna by becoming a flute, and now she wants to serve Krishna's lotus feet. Now it looks like their demands are increasing. Like it is said, we should have lolyam, greed for bhakti. We have greed for every material object, but it can be seen that gopis are also greedy. Which kind of greed is this? First, they want to become a flute, and now they want to become the land of Vrindavan. This is the greed they have. So, what are they saying here? Krishna's, to get the association of Krishna with this greed, this Gop Ramaniya, they are saying this. Gop Ramaniya means damsels of Vrindavan. Yesterday I mentioned this, if you all remember. Gopis, every task has Krishna's meditation. Even if they are doing household work, milking the cows, they always remember Krishna. But gopis are satisfied with this? No. They want Krishna's association. They want to touch Krishna. They want to live with Krishna and serve Krishna. Touch Krishna means to serve Krishna. So not just by remembering they can be satisfied. They just don't want to only remember Krishna, but they want to serve Krishna. So that's why gopis are saying here, instead of giving us a gopi body, the Creator should have given us he should have made us the land of Vrindavan. Why he gave us this gopi body? Here so many formalities we have to deal with, so many obstacles we have to deal with in this gopi body, the fear of mother-in-law, fear of husband, fear of sister-in-law, and fear of seniors. And with Krishna, it's also Balram, his sakhas as well, his friends as well, Krishna's friends. So many obstacles. We can't even go near Krishna. We can't even serve Krishna. So what is the point of having this gopi body? It's useless. It's a waste. This is their mood. This gopi birth, to get this gopi birth in Ram Leela, there were thousands of saints, sadhus. They were chanting Gopal mantra for so many years, many years. Day and night they were chanting Gopal mantra. To become what? To become a gopi. In Bhagavatam, there are Vedas, the Shrutis, Vedas. They also want to become what? A gopi. And to enter Ras Leela. Naradji, he wants to become a gopi. Uddhavji wants to become a creeper to get the dust of gopis. Everyone wants to become gopi. Now, externally, what will outsider people will think? They just want their children's marriage, house, wife, job. That's it, nothing else. If they get this much, they will be happy. What will they understand of all of this? This is all about love, gopis, transcendental love. This is out of their mind because they don't hear Harikatha. You and me, we all hear. So we can't yet get it. It's too high because even for Brahma and Shiva, they pray for it to get this. But we are not qualified. We are not eligible. But we desire. No one can stop us from desiring. Hope this is clear. We are not eligible to become a gopi. We are not eligible. We are not qualified. But we can desire. There is no one can stop us in desiring this. The same desire, lalsa. Okay, this desire creates deep desire, lalsa. So when we get greed, someone asked, Maharaj, how can I get greed? Shall I eat lobia? Lobia is an Indian vegetable. Indian people will know this. Lobia means black eye beans. Okay, you might know this black eye beans. So someone said, should I, if I eat lobia, will I get lobe? Lobe means greed. So it's a joke. So we eat lobia like we eat white chickpeas and red kidney beans. So he was thinking that if I eat lobia, I will get lobe. So no, by Harikatha. Unless and until we don't hear Harikatha, we don't hear about the glories of gopis, we don't hear their mood, we don't hear their um, prayers, unless and until we're not going to get that kind of greed. By hearing gradually, this will give us greed. This will give the birth to greed in our heart. So everyone wants to become a gopi. We also want to become a gopi and serve Radharani as one of our maid servant. This is our goal, ultimate goal in spiritual life. But no one can stop us from desiring for this goal. There's no full stop, no obstacles. We can desire anything. Even while sitting, we can desire, I should become the topmost person of this world, famous person of this world, the richest person of this world. Even if I cannot, but who can stop me from desiring for it? Like this. But one more thing we need to understand, don't do, okay, don't become a gopi forcefully, like doing external makeup. Not just females, but males as well. They wear gopi dress and they take a wheel and they do makeup, lots of makeup, and they come to Harikatha. Yesterday I heard Harikatha, today I became a gopi. This is not gopi, this is gobi. Gobi means cauliflower. You don't become gopi like this by just external costumes and makeup. By gopi bhav, you become gopi. Did you get this kind of mood? How gopis are so grounded and they want to get Krishna's association and service, and for this they are so mad. This bhav is known as gopi bhav. So there is an example. One person was sitting and thinking. He was just sitting and thinking that he was making a clay pot, and he used to sell them in his shop. In a just one or two customers he would get in a day, not more than that. But in the opposite shop, he's also selling clay pots, fancy clay pots, new designs, modern, and there at his shop all the day there are customers. And he was just seeing this dream. There's obstacles, no obstacle in thinking one day this will happen. I will have a big mall of of clay pots. I will just send all the clay pots. He's just thinking clay pots of different types, different brands, different patterns, and Calvin Klein brand, Calvin Klein brand. Oh, sorry, I lost the connection. So I go at the airport and I see these brands. It has been 20 years now. So I will send clay pots of different brands. And by thinking gradually, he slept off. In half sleep, he's half awakened, half asleep. He's thinking, oh, now so many customers have come, so many customers have come. I'm chastising my employees. Hey, you do this work properly. You do it properly. And if someone doesn't work properly, then I would just give them a kick. And the moment he gave a kick, he moved his leg, all the clay pots fell on him. They all fell on his head, all the clay pots. This is called dreaming in the day, dreaming during the day. But this is material example. In spiritual life as well, in spiritual life, we can also dream during the day. No one can stop us. We can chant Harinam, and in fact, we should dream. Means what? Means prayers. Here, dream means prayers. Prayers for that mood. O Radharani, O Lalita Sakhi, Vishaka Sakhi, Hey Shri Rupa Manjari, Hey Shri Gopal Bhatt, Shri Guna Manjari. I pray to all of you, at the lotus feet of all of you, you please give me that bhav and make me yours. There's no harm in praying like this. I'm not qualified, I know that. I'm not qualified at all. But I can pray at least. At least I can pray for this, to get this mood. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur has composed that bhajan. Vishvanu Suta Charana Sevane Hoi Kaibo Je Palyadasi. You should learn this bhajan. Vishvanu Suta Charana Sevane Haibo Palyadasi. Hi, oh, when will that day come? When I will become a maid servant of Radharani. So he's writing the name to whom all we should pray for. Rupa Manjari, Lavanga Manjari, Rati Manjari. Ama ke tuliya lahona nija bhane deho more siddha sadhi. He's taking the names of all Manjaris and saying, pull me. Ama ke tuliya, pull me. I can't attain you. You can attain me. You don't need any kind of qualification. I need qualification. So you can pull me towards you. Ama ke tuliya. It's in Bengali. Please pull me towards you. Deho nijapade. And engage me at your lotus feet service. I also want to serve the lotus feet of Radharani like all of you. Such deep thoughts and moods. This is called greed, lobh. Gurudev used to say, I'm not saying this, unless and until we don't understand or hear Venu Geet or the moods of Venu Geet, we won't understand what their mood is. And then when we hear we should fix our Harinam and we should follow Ekadashi fast, and we should have this greed. This parampara of having this greed is coming from where? Is coming from the gopis. Oh, why we got this gopi body, gopi birth? The creator should have made us the land of Vrindavan, because by this we would have got the touch of Krishna's foot signs, and our life would have become successful. We would get an opportunity to touch Krishna. In this gopi body we can't touch Krishna, so let us become a land. We pray like we should have become a land that would give us opportunity to come close to Krishna, to touch Krishna, to serve Krishna. In previous verse we heard that by seeing each and every object in Krishna, in Vrindavan, by seeing each and every object of Vrindavan, gopis feel that they all are fortunate than us, more fortunate than us. Gopis, every object of Vrindavan, gopis think of Krishna, and that give them prem for Krishna in their heart. This is the same tamal tree under which Krishna would sit, and they would go to that tree and they would embrace it, that tamal tree. Oh, this is that bank of Yamuna where we would play with Krishna with the waters of Yamuna river. They would throw water on each other. Oh yeah, this is the same place, the Kadam tree, where we would hang the swings and we would swing, on this tree of Kadam tree. So everything would remind them of Krishna and his pastimes. This would give them Krishna Prem, feeling of Krishna Prem, remembrance of Krishna Prem. The topmost position of Vishuddha Prem, the topmost position of transcendental level. Okay, so the gopis are saying even these animals, deers, are so fortunate than us. Where these gopis are the topmost epitome of transcendental love. Chalam avastha means topmost level of love. Sneh, man, pranay, rag, anurag, rod, adirod, modan, madan. Modan, madan. Topmost love. They are at such high level, and at the same time they are so humble, grounded completely. The more you are high in love, means topmost position in love, the more you will be grounded and very humble. The tree which has lots of fruits, that tree would be very much down. The more fruits a tree has, the more it would be going down. The more qualities one has, the more humble one would become. Otherwise, they are not humble if they have no uh, great qualities. So they are such a high level. At the same time, they consider themselves so helpless, and they think others are more fortunate than us. The flute of Krishna is just a bamboo stick, but so fortunate. It's always with Krishna. And not just that flute, even all the things related to his flute, which are the trees. Because because the flute is a part of a tree, it's a bamboo stick. And what else? Okay, from where the tree gets water, the rivers, the ponds. So even those rivers and ponds are, and those trees as well, they all are so fortunate. Even the deers, animals, birds, even a rabbit, a deer, animals, birds, they all are fortunate. We are not. Just we are not fortunate. This is the topmost level. When a sadhak performs sadhana, and by performing sadhan bhajan, he attains siddhi, his body remains the same. He has the same body. But his mood changes. His mood changes. So we saw a Guru Maharaj. Those Mahabhagat personalities, Mahabhagat means the one who have oneness with Bhagwan, who are one with Bhagwan, they have no sudbut, no like external consciousness. And that position they feel, I have seen directly with my own eyes. I used to live with Pujya Maharaj. They think that everyone are serving Bhagwan. Everyone. And and they feel only I am not serving Bhagwan. We think entire this world is a waste. No one is serving Bhagwan. Only you and me are serving Bhagwan, which is true. But their perception of Mahabhagavat, their vision to see is different. And here there is no drama. In reality, in reality, they have this feeling inside them that everyone is serving Bhagwan Krishna. Only I am not serving Bhagwan. See, we are disciples of Gurudev. We would go to Gurudev and offer our obeisances to Gurudev, and Gurudev would do like this to us. In Bengali, he would say, "Baba, तुम्हार सभी कृष्ण सेवा करो." আমি সেবা করতে পারি is Bengali. Gurudev would cry, and he would call us Baba with out of love. How he was 102 years old, Guru Maharaj. He would cry, Baba, you all serve Krishna so much. And whosoever would come to meet him, he would tell them, you all serve Krishna so much. You all should bless me so that I can serve Krishna as well. And now we are hearing of gopis, and it's a topmost level. Look at just our acharyas, our gurujan. Why? They have so many qualities. Those who always serve Krishna, they think I'm not able to do anything. And we think we chant 16 rounds, and today I have done such a big task. Today I took darshan of Krishna, I offered bhoga, I chanted 16 rounds. Wow, what a great service. I performed arti, I offered bhoga. I'm a good devotee of Krishna. That's fine. It's one level. It's a beginning stage. But it's not ultimate. Which I saw by living with my Guru Maharaj, that I can't even explain in words. It's very difficult to explain in words because he is not like one of us. We took birth here. We are material people, but these personalities, they come from spiritual world. This is the difference. They directly come from the lok, from the dham of Bhagwan, from the world of Bhagwan. So I saw Gurudev. Even a small child, 7 and 8 years old, he would come and offer pranam to Gurudev, and Gurudev would do like this to him. And you all serve Bhagwan. You all serve Krishna. See, I'm not serving. I'm not able to serve. See, I'm not able to chant on a beats. And day and night, Guru Maharaj would chant the names of the Lord. So from this, we can understand. We can understand that what can be the position of gopis, those who are at the topmost level of prem, those who have touched the topmost level of prem. So there's nobody greater than gopis in Braj. And among those gopis, no one is greater than Radharani in Braj. But in Vrindavan, the pagal, mad people, they go to Vrindavan and they say Radhe Radhe. They don't know what to say because they never heard this carefully. And they say Radhe Radhe Sham Milade. It's a very bad thing. Radhe Radhe Sham Milade is not bona fide. It means, oh Radhe, please make me meet Sham. Gurudev would say, what would you do when you meet Krishna? We should be saying, Krishna, Krishna, Radhe Milade. Oh Krishna, please make me meet please help me to see your Radharani. Please help me to serve Radharani. You can't serve Radharani. You want to just enjoy Krishna. So this This is not Siddhantik, this is not bona fide. Radhe Radhe Shyam Milade, we should never say this. People say this because they don't hear any Harikatha. Thousands of people come to Vrindavan and they sing like this. If they hear Harikatha, that is why you tell your friends, your relatives, you guide them, preach them. Don't just hear Harikatha. This Katha you cannot remember until you don't speak this out, this Harikatha to someone else. The best way to remember Harikatha is to whatever you heard, just speak it to others. Everyone has to serve Krishna, and Bhagavan says, my topmost service is my preaching. Tell everyone about Vrindavan. Everyone has some friend, close friend, relatives, call them. Spend time with them, half an hour, 1 hour. Sabi, all small people, younger people, senior people, call them and tell them, you know, why people call Radhe Radhe in Vrindavan? Today I heard from Gurudev. Today I heard from Maharaj. So it would create a curiosity in them. So you go to Vrindavan, but do you know what happens there? Then gradually they would understand the basic. Then you can tell them about Radharaman, about the temples. Yesterday we heard the Harikatha of Radharaman. I said this in the evening. Today also in the evening, according to the time. Yesterday was basic level. Today will be higher level. So by hearing these Harikatha, you can only remember, you can only serve when you share this with others. When you gift it to others, this Harikatha, it would take time. They might neglect you, but keep on trying. Keep on trying. Krishna is seeing you. He knows you. Just like this, someone preached us as well. Even we were not interested. We were studying in school and colleges. We would say what these pandits keep on saying. But thrice I heard this Harikatha and we were like, oh, this is different. This is not the same stuff. Like do this on Saturday, do this on Friday, do this on Monday, do fast for Shiva on Monday. This is completely different stuff. So by hearing these, one gets interest. Then one greed develops in the heart. And though the person who gets greed, nobody can stop them. Nobody can stop that person. So some way would definitely come. This is the introduction of greed. So we would used to do this. You don't do this. Disclaimer. You all don't. Please don't do this. When I was 18 years old, me and my three friends, I forced them. I preached them. I told them. I spoke to them. I brought them to Krishna Bhakti. I would teach them to chant and to do Ekadashi. Oh, but you Krishna, they would argue with me that Krishna didn't marry Radharani and he married Rukmani. He loved Radharani, but he did not marry her. He left her. And he married Rukmani. In Dwarka, he had so many marriages, but he has no love for them. He does Radhe Radhe. So like this, so many arguments would come. Who kills his mama, uncle, mother's brother? He killed Kansa, who is his mama. And what birth it is, just by taking birth, he killed Putana. And so many such arguments would come. So you have to give your energy. You have to give your time. Because when you clear your doubts, their doubts, and then then you see transformations when you clear their doubts. Otherwise, mostly in school and colleges, what happens? We just become like one of them. Okay, now see, he smokes cigarette. Oh, this is something new. Let's see. Let us also smoke cigarette. Let's see how it tastes. So we will also become one of them. Okay, let's take a drink secretly. When we do something secretly, it's very adventurous. You drink. Why should we become like one of you? You have to become like one of us. Not we. Why should we become like one of them? They should be. becoming like one of us. So there's a challenge. For that, we need to become courageous. We need to give time, energy. So when I gave them energy, today also they are in bhakti. I meet them. We were 4 people. So now they got greed for Vrindavan. Okay, 2 a.m. we would go from Delhi to Vrindavan. 4:30 a.m. Mangla Aarti in Vrindavan. So we would drive from Delhi just to take Mangla Aarti darshan. We were passionate. Late night, we would go to Vrindavan for Mangla Aarti. 1 hour would be Mangla Aarti, Tulsi Parikrama, and then we would come back and we would go to college for studies from Vrindavan to college in Delhi. So when you get greed, then some way definitely comes. So like this, we also serve. You all can serve Bhagwan. We all can serve Bhagwan. So these college students, they also, and everyone who you work, you go to office, you have colleagues, you can just preach them. At least preach one person. And like this, by doing, you can also preach. You tell them about Vrindavan, what Vrindavan is. No, don't just buy a flat in Omex. That doesn't make you live in Vrindavan. That's not real residence of Vrindavan. We need to hear about gopis. This is Vrindavan Vas. Hearing about gopis, understanding their mood, and sharing this with others. Gopis are saying, oh, why we became a gopi? We should have become a deer. We could have touched Krishna. They think all this, everyone can easily go to Krishna and approach Krishna and touch Krishna. Only we as gopis have so many obstacles to meet Krishna and be with and to see Krishna. Just imagine, just think. Yashoda Maya has no problems in meeting with Krishna. She has no problems. Nand Maharaj has any problems to meet with Krishna? Sridham, Subal, Madhumangal, Stota Krishna, Lavanga, all these sakhas, friends of Krishna, they have no problem in meeting with Krishna. They can meet even Krishna's bedroom. And in the morning, they would wake him up. Oh, you wake up? You're sleeping so late. They wake Krishna up. The cows have no problems in meeting with Krishna. The deers have no problem in meeting with Krishna. The hirans, even if they come to Krishna and they touch Krishna. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna, around 500 years back when he came to Vrindavan, Mahaprabhu came from Navdeep to Vrindavan. So all the deers got together and they came to Mahaprabhu and they started licking his face with their tongues. And the same deers in Krishna pastimes, they come to Krishna and they touch Krishna's lotus feet by their tongues. Who can stop them? The rabbits. They can reach a kunja. Who can stop them? They can reach the kunja. No one can stop them. The flute, it can be anywhere. It can be with Krishna anywhere. So all these, they don't have any problems. Who has a problem in meeting with Krishna? So everyone has access except for one person, and that is Gopi. Everyone has access to Krishna but except for these gopis. And those who cannot reach Krishna, their prem is topmost. And those who can reach Krishna, they have love, but their love is not topmost, not as topmost as the gopis, because there is durlabhta. What is durlabhta? The other day I told you, parkiya bhav. What is parkiya bhav? Marriage with someone else, love with someone else. This is called parkiya bhav. Par means other person, not mine, someone else's. Par. Okay. The queens of Dwarka have no problem in mating with Krishna, no obstacles, but only gopis have. This in this Parkya Bhav, I told you there are some ingredients, and among those ingredients, one of them is Durlabta. Durlab means rare, rare. It's very rare to reach Krishna, to touch him, to serve him, to see him directly. So that object which is so rare, the more it would be expensive. You go to vegetable market to get vegetables. How many people would be standing there? Hundreds of people to buy vegetables and fruits. And in that vegetable market, if there is a gold shop, Isha Jewelers, gold shop. How many people you would see there in a gold shop? 500, 100, 50. Just two customers. And those two customers, whatever the gold shopkeeper can earn so much from those two customers, which this vegetable shopkeeper cannot even earn in the entire 1 month. That is why Prem is so rare. It's not easy to meet with Krishna. It's very rare. And the more rare it would be, the more bright it would be. More bright, more condensed it would be. This is what they are telling here, explaining here. Um, so they have so many obstacles from society, from seniors, from family people to meet with Krishna. When gopis glance at Vrindavan with their loving eyes, they see that the entire Braj Mandal is immersed with Krishna's lotus feet, signs. Which eyes of gopis? Eyes filled with love. Love is in the heart, but not in the eyes. But that same love from the heart, okay, when that gopis are seeing that the entire Braj Mandal is impressed by Krishna's lotus feet signs. All around is Krishna's lotus feet signs. Brahma, Shiva, and other living entities also pray for Krishna's lotus feet. Same when Krishna plays in the forest with his friends, he get on top of the trees and he touched the trees. Sham Sundar, such rare and beautiful lotus feet, gopis desire to keep them on their chest. Krishna's lotus feet. Who is praying? Brahmaji. Brahmaji is praying to get the service of Krishna's lotus feet. Even Shiva prays. All the saints and sadhus pray to get the service of Krishna's lotus feet. All the living entities pray like this also to get the service of Krishna's lotus feet. Those lotus feet of Krishna, they are impressed on the land of Vrindavan because he plays with his friends. He runs here and there with his friends to play around all the time in the forest. That's how his foot signs are impressed on Vrindavan's Raj, the dust of Vrindavan. Okay, so all around it's Krishna's foot signs on Vrindavan's land. When Krishna gets on top of the trees, he touches the trees. So like this, Krishna's lotus feet, they are called what? Sri Niketan. Sri Niketan means what? Niketan means what? Many people don't know the meaning of this word Niketan. Niketan means home, house. We sing this in Mangla Aarti. Prema Niketan, Ananda Vardhan, Prema Niketan, Phula Sujakama. Anand Vardhan, one of the name of Krishna, the one who increases happiness, and Prema Niketan. He is the embodiment of Prem, the home of love, Prem. Like this, Sri Niketan, Sri means Lakshmi ji. Lakshmi ji has a place, home, at Krishna's lotus feet. She always massages his lotus feet, Sri Niketan. But in Vrindavan, from where Lakshmi ji has come, she is performing austerities at Belvan. Here Sri means Radha Rani. Sri Niketan means the house of Radharani, the home of Radharani. Sham Sundar, Krishna, your lotus feet are our wealth. We want to keep your lotus feet on our chest. This is the mood of Radharani and the gopis. Oh, Sham Sundar, this is called Prem Madhuri. We want to carry, we fear afraid, scared to keep your lotus feet on our chest. Why? Why are they so scared? Because your lotus feet are so soft, so tender, and our chest is so hard for your lotus feet. If we keep your lotus feet on our chest, hope you don't get hurt. So those lotus feet, if we have to keep on our chest, we feel scared. Look at you are so. Okay, you go to the forest with the same lotus feet without wearing any shoes. You might get, hurt. You don't feel bad for us. Krishna says, "Look, see, what's the big deal? If I'm getting any thorns or pebbles, I will feel the pain in my feet. You all are sitting at home. What is your connection with this? What is your concern with this?" Gopi said, "Yes, this is the difference between your understanding and our understanding. You don't understand the language of love. Pyare, if you get any kind of thorn in your feet, you won't get the pain. We will get the pain. Because those feet are our wealth. If you get any kind of suffering or pain, that won't be yours. It would come to us 100 times more. We would feel it 100 times more than what you get. You won't get the suffering, we would get. So this is Prem Madhuri. Sham Sundar, you don't know how to love. What do you know? What do you do? You have no idea about the language of love. So Radharani, Krishna makes Krishna defeat. Krishna gets defeated and he has no answer. And because of these words, these state, Krishna says, by hearing these sentences, these words, Krishna says, wow, you all are so great. I cannot understand. Radharani, you understand. This is the mood of Radharani. In Gopi Gita, it is explained. This is the verse in Gopi Gita. They feel scared to carry Krishna's lotus feet on their chest. That is why Sham Sundar's association, which is so rare. So Gopis desire to keep okay, so Gopis are saying that we pray to get the lotus feet of Krishna, so that we can keep his lotus feet on our chest. The land of Vrindavan is getting the foot dust of Krishna so easily because he walks around Vrindavan without any shoes. Very easily, this land of Vrindavan gets the signs of Krishna's, gets the impressions of Krishna's foot signs, but we don't get. Why can't we get? With the same foods, you even roam around in different kunjas. You go to different kunjas. You go to sarovars. You go to ponds. You go to rivers. They all get your lotus feet. Why can't we get your lotus feet? So like this, the gopis, they are glorifying Vrindavan Dham. And then they say, "O Sakhi." They are speaking among each other, so that's why they say, "O Sakhi, Adi Sakhi." This Vrindavan land, this Vrindavan's land is so pious, great than Vaikuntha. The gopis said this. Whatever they say, that's Shastra. That's the Vani of Shastra. That's um, the land of Vrindavan is more great than Vaikuntha. Its glories, significance is much more than any Vaikuntha. Because the most energetic, Krishna is most energetic. Sarva Karan Karan. He's the cause of all the causes. He's Krishna himself. He's Akhil Rasamrit Sindhu. So many adjectives for Krishna. Because Krishna, the one who is all powerful. The one who is most powerful, it means what? They say like this, that material people say this, Bhagwan is Sarv Shaktiman. And Mayavadi people also say Bhagwan is all Sarv Shaktiman. It means he is very powerful. Gopis, when they say Sarv Shaktiman, their meaning is different. Sarv Shakti. Okay. Those who are served by all energies. Not just 18 powers like Shri, Bhu, Nila, Ila. Like this, there are 18 energies of Bhagwan. Not those. We gopis. Who is Radharani? Krishna's Haladini Shakti. And Brahmaji, what he said? Brahmaji said this verse. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. Radharani is Krishna's Haladini Shakti. Gopis are Radharani's Prakash, like manifestation. So all gopis and Radharani are Krishna's Shakti. That's why Krishna is served Shaktiman. And when is Krishna served Shaktiman? When Shri Krishna performs Ras Leela with Radharani, and all around there are gopis who are standing. That time Krishna is served Shaktiman. He is with all his energies. That Krishna. That Krishna. And what's the name of that Krishna? In this situation, Raseshwar, the Ishwar of Ras, the one who is standing in Ras, that Krishna is Sarv Shaktiman, all powerful. And he is also the cause of all causes. Brahmaji said, Ishvara Brahma Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadir Adir Govinda, Sarva Karan Karanam. What does it mean? Cause of all causes? In ordinary language, it means he is the cause of all causes. All demigods come from you, the creation comes from you, all incarnations come from you, all universes come from you. Karan Dakshai, Garbha Dakshai, Shirodakshai, all Vishnus come from you, they are from you. You are the cause of all causes, but you don't need any cause. You are the cause of all causes, but you don't need any cause. You are the cause of everyone. But in Braj Leela, it means what? You are the root of everyone. You are the cause of everyone, of everything. You are making us suffer, and who is the root of all that? You are the one. And whatever pleasure we get, who's the cause of that? Krishna. So that's why in Bangla they say, Jo to dosh Nandan ko. Okay. No one knows Bengali here. Jo to dosh Nandera Ghosh. All the faults, all the blame is for the Krishna's Nanda Maharaj Putra. The moment he took birth in Vrindavan, he just spoiled it. Everyone cries. Gopis, okay, they complained and they made them suffer when they complained about Krishna, how he would steal butter. No matter how demons came in Braj, who is the cause? Kans is not the cause. His cause is not Krishna. If he would not take birth in Braj, then why would Kamsa send Putna? Why would he set Akasur, Bakasur, Vamasur, and so many demons, Keshi, etc.? All these Sur Asur, they all who came, they had to see so many obstacles. Who is the cause of that? Krishna. They destroy the entire Braj. Indra gave such an order. Nanda Baba was living his life peacefully. He would serve Indra Maharaj every year and he would live peacefully. And Krish Kanhaiya, when he went there, he took birth there, he stopped Indra Puja. And then see, in Punjabi they say Swapa pੈ ਗਿਆ. When we do Parikrama of Govardhan, so we walk with people who are from different countries with different languages. So once I was hearing, now I can understand Bangla, Odia, so I can understand Punjabi. I know these languages. Hindi, English, all I know. So some people from Punjab, some Matajis from Punjab, they came. So they did pranam at one place, and they smiled. Okay, this is the place where everything happened. Here, Krishna stopped Indra's puja, and here, Indra vanished everything. Ethe Syapa Pyasi means this is the place where the problem came. Syapa means problem. So 7 days, 7 nights, Krishna carried the Govardhan hill. Who is the cause of that? Krishna became the cause of that. He, okay, the gopis are disturbed. They have to lie to their parents, in-laws. Who is the cause? Krishna. Who is the cause for Radharani's displeasure? When she cries, by with her tears, one there is this pond which gets. How much can we drink? One glass? Can when Radharani cries, she makes a kund that's called Mansarovar. Who was the cause of her crying? Krishna. Radhakund, Shamkund, who are the cause of them? Krishna. Who is the cause of all entire Brajmandal? Krishna. Who is giving Anand to entire Brajmandal? Nand ke ghar Anand bhayo, Jai Kanhaiya Lal ki. So Krishna became the cause of that. Everything in Braj, everything has the cause, and that cause is Krishna. Radharani's anger cause is also Krishna. Radharani has no connection with others, anyone else. Who's the cause of Venugeet? Krishna. So no matter who is the cause of the Ras Leela? Krishna. That is why Sarva Karan Karanam. He is the cause of all causes and he is topmost personality, like all energy. This is the meaning. So here they are saying Sarv Shaktiman, Krishna. Sarva Karan Karanam. He is Bhagwan, he is Krishna, he is the cause of all causes, and he is Akhil Rasamrit Buddhi. Sorry, Akhil Rasamrit. How many rasas he has? Give me example. 5. I'm not saying to do me high five. Just show me. Just answer me. The main, primarily there are 5 rasas, and 7 are secondary rasas. So total 8 and 4, 12 rasas. So all these rasas are the ocean enjoys all these. Okay, so the Krishna is the bhokta. He has to enjoy these rasas. So he's Akhil Rasamrit Sindhu. He's the king of all rasas who has to enjoy these rasas. So if it will take a lot of time to discuss each and every word, our bus is going slowly. Like Rasik Rasamrit Sindhu, this Vrindavan, which is his play land, is far, far, far great than any heaven. Swarg is just heaven. It's just like going on top of first floor. We are at the ground. We are at the ground. We are on earth. And what is below earth? Basement. And top is heaven. Where it's so easy to go and take darshan. We have elevators. Press it, reach first floor. Means you do some punya, some pious activities, and you reach heaven. That is first floor, heaven. If you do some pious activity, then there are different planets. How many planets? From ground level to 7th floor. The building on 7th floor. Even at the base term, -6, -7. These are the levels of basement. And this is ground floor where we all are. So above these are 6 planets, and after 6 planets, then there is a river, Virjan river, Virja, which separates the spiritual and material world, and then starts the spiritual world. So heaven is just on first floor, so close. Heaven is also not so important. Tycoon also not so important. Why? What's the why Krishna does Krishna's foot signs get impressed on Vaikuntha's floor? No. Where does it happen? It happens at Vrindavan. Only on this earth, that Vrindavan which is present, there only Krishna's foot signs are impressed. That is why this Vrindavan is so great, and its glories is that it is impressed with Krishna's foot signs. Yesterday I was saying Dhwaj, Vajra, Ankush, and Padma. 4 items. Prominent. Prominent signs of Krishna's lotus feet. Total are 19, but Dhwaj means Dvaja. It means the flag. Vajra means the Vajra in Indra's hand. And Ankush means that instrument which is used by Mahavat to control the elephant. The Mahavat is the person who controls elephant, and Padma means the flower. Like this, there are 19. So this Vrindavan land is getting so much. Okay, so Vrindavan's land becomes beautified by Krishna's foot signs and lotuses. In heaven, they can't find these signs. So what's the point of going? In Faridabad also, you can't get these. So what's the point of living there? In Delhi, Holland, he won't be there. So what to do then? Not even in Germany. Where will you find him? Vrindavan. Krishna's these lotus, getting the darshan of these Krishna. We can only get darshan of Krishna's foot signs in Vrindavan. Now you might think you all go, but you don't get to see Krishna's lotus signs because you go independently. If you come with me, then I'll show you. For Kartik Parikrama, we go to Charan Pahadi, where Krishna's foot, we also see Krishna's foot signs darshan. Not at just one place, at so many places, at Govardhan Giriji. So, like this, we should take darshan of Krishna's lotus feet. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. All glories to Shri Vrindavan Dham. Hare Krishna, dear devotees.